So this is my scooter seat, which has been used for a very long time, and this is what the actual vinyl looks like right now. So what I'm doing is I got this material that I used from upholstering these chairs in another video, and what I did, I went and traced around the vinyl, and obviously I took all the tacks that he had here, and I traced around it, and basically I just put rubber cement around here and also around the edges of the vinyl, and now I'm gonna go fold it in like this and stick it together with the help of someone, and I'll show you how it looks later.
So it was a two-man job to try to stretch this on here, so that's why we weren't able to operate it. But now that we've stretched the vinyl tightly over the surface, we've clamped it into place to hold it, and we're now trimming in order to get rid of any excess vinyl that's present that might block some of the latching mechanisms.
Now, it's not the best job, because we're just stretching over the thing versus having cut around pieces and then sew them together, so it's more custom made. But this is a piece of shit scooter that is on its way out, but I'd rather have some vinyl on it than to have just the foam being exposed.
Right. If you want to make an analogy, the right way is like making a three-piece suit, which is very complicated. This is more like a muumuu. It's just one piece that wraps over the surface and protects the.
So I had this clamp earlier, so he holds it. If this was leather, I wouldn't recommend it because these clamps might hurt leather, or you can just get another piece of leather or vinyl and just put it like that. But I don't really care too much. But I do care that my ass gets wet when it rains and I'm on my scooter. Now, this from the factory came stapled, and I thought it was an industrial stapler, and it turns out that I do have a stapler, and when I do go like this, it works. So I'm just gonna continue doing this around it until I am done, and then put it back on the scooter. Thank you. So voila, here's the new scooter seat, and it's better than what you had before, really, even though it looks like pretty shitty. But hell, do I care? Not really. Am I Salvatore Ferragamo? Not really. So will my ass be dry when it rains? Yes. Okay, so here's the seat in all of its glory now, installed on a red scooter. You're not bitching. Alright, thanks for watching, kids.